Here with Coach Alex Tirapelle after a tough match with Drexel. Coach, can you give me your assessment of the team? You started out with a lead. Was it your decision to draw for weights, or was it theirs?
We did end up drawing, yeah.
Okay.
We drawn the last few. Seems to be better for us as a team, so decided to draw today.
Okay. Were you expecting once you started at 57 that that's kind of a good spot in your lineup to start? Can you give me a little assessment of how you started out?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, we knew that we were probably favored in the majority of the upper weights, and
Yeah.
they were favored in the majority of the lower weights.
Yeah.
So we knew starting where we were strong, that we needed to get off to a good start. We needed to score bonus points. We needed to maximize bonus points. I thought we got to a pretty good start. Mays had a hard-fought major decision, which was good.
Yeah.
65, so I would consider that one of the swing matches. We knew we needed to win three of the swing matches. We got that win, so that was a big win. 74s, we didn't have our best performance. We were never in danger. We were never threatened of losing the match, but
Casey
Casey's
didn't
pretty
get
reliable.
on it. Yeah.
He's pretty reliable usually for scoring bonus points. I thought for sure we'd get at least 4 there, and if we really got on a roll, maybe get 5, or 6.
Can I ask you a little bit about him?
Yeah, sure.
Earlier in the season, you said you had a different training plan for him to keep him healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been able to stick with it, or has it been adjusting?
Yeah, the biggest thing for him was the first part of the season, his first semester actually. Like, he had a school situation. He's in graduate school, so he's sub-matriculating. He's doing his master's, and he just basically took on more than he could handle, I feel like. Just spread himself too thin. So we needed to adjust and do some things differently, but I don't feel like that's a problem anymore.
Okay.
So he's healthy, and he's training, and he's looking pretty good.
Okay. All right. And then going up, so 97 or 84. Now, that was a tough one at the very end, right?
84 is another one of those swing matches.
Yeah.
I mean, we were hoping to get it, but credit to their kid. Their kid's tough. I mean, it definitely wasn't a gimme, and he lost focus a little bit and gave up a takedown right at the end of regulation, and that was the difference in the match.
Yeah. Going from there, Matty Ace had a pretty good match.
Yeah, I thought Frank did a pretty good job. Their kid's tough. I mean, he's respectable. He's had some good wins. So I thought he got off to a good start. He controlled the match. Again, it never felt like he was really threatened.
Yeah.
So to get 65 and 97, it would have been great to get 84 on that stretch, but to get 2 of those 3 swing matches was a good start, really.
Yeah. A little bit about the team. Can you tell me where, what are you preaching right now, end of the season as we move towards Easter, and what are your coaching points? I know it's part of the entire season, but we're at the end of the dual meet season and heading into championships.
Yeah, consistency is important. Like you said, the message isn't going to change drastically.
Yeah.
We're not going to start preaching something that we haven't been preaching the entire season. We'll try to remind them, hey, the season's over now. Now we're going to take a couple of days, rest, recover, get as healthy as we can. Get some guys out tonight, hopefully trying to get them back.
Okay.
And then we've got one little small training segment, before the conference tournament.
Okay.
Once we hit those, 3 days, then it's really just about mental preparation, confidence, scouting, just feeling good about your stuff heading into the conference tournament.
Can you tell me how the regional training center has affected your training this year and your team?
Affected it? I would say positively.
That's what I mean.
Sure,
like some of the details of what you.
Yeah, sure. Well, it's just good to have those guys around. We've got 4 resident athletes here, training out of our room and Drexel's room. They're great, leaders, great examples. I mean, great role models.
Yeah.
For the guys on our team.
It's great to have them wrestling here at halftime too.
Absolutely. Anytime we can showcase them, that's a good thing. As well, certainly, I mean, they're additional workout partners for us as well. So it's no coincidence, that our PRTC guys are like the middle and upper middle. That's the weight class that they wrestle, and that's where our lineup is strongest.
Yeah. Interesting. A little bit about Coach Slade. Does he come into your practices, or is just the training center practices?
So we do some practices. So when it's just a Penn wrestling practice, then Coach Slade isn't there.
Okay.
So we do some PRTC practices, where it's qualifiers only, and we actually have Coach Slade run one of those each week.
Okay.
It's a PRTC practice. We're there as PRTC coaches, but he's running it. We're obviously coordinated with what we think our guys need and what he thinks his guys need. So it's a lot of coordinated efforts to get the most out of it.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about what's your mindset with your team? What are the things you're going to be focused on mentally as far as going forward to championships? Is there one thing? Is it just being aggressive? Is it just being consistent?
Again, I think it goes back to consistency. We're not going to change the message too much. It's making sure that the guys know where they're strong, what their positions are, and making sure they have the confidence that, hey, when I get to these positions, I'm very likely to score points, and if I do that, there's a good chance I'm going to win.
Thanks for the time, Coach.
Yeah, anytime.